This is a Swede Speaks.
It's Wednesday, and Wednesday means that it's time for this week's episode of Last Week in Islamic Terror. But before we begin, I would like to show you something. I recently got this microphone. I intend to use it when I live stream, and when I do Skype or Google Hangouts interviews with other people. Maybe you also noticed that the lighting got better. The microphone and the better lighting is all thanks to donations from you, my viewers and subscribers, so thank you very much. Here at Swede Studios we are always looking at how to improve these videos, so thank you all very much. And if you would like to contribute, you can make a one-time donation of whatever amount you like, or you can become a monthly supporter of whatever amount you feel comfortable with through Patreon. There is information about how to help out with what I do in the box below. Again, thank you all very much. So now, let's get started. On Monday, July 23rd, 2018, there were 25 dead and 73 injured, and among those were, in Konduga, Nigeria, 11 dead and 8 injured by an Islamic suicide bomber at a mosque. In Kismayo, Somalia, 6 dead and 30 injured by a suicide bomber at a local military base. In Bab Limoun, Syria, 6 dead and 12 injured by a suicide bomber at the post office. On Tuesday, July 24th, there were 26 dead and 33 injured, and among these were, in Lower Juba, Somalia, 6 dead by an al-Shabaab suicide bombing. In Atgar, Afghanistan, 10 dead, shot to death by the Taliban, 12 people were injured. In Kesh, Pakistan, 4 election workers shot to death by terrorists, 10 persons were injured. On Wednesday, July 25th, there were 287 dead and 236 injured, and among these were, in Van Laveen, Somalia, 6 dead and 3 injured when a convoy delivering food to an airport was hit by an al-Shabaab improvised explosive device. In Quetta, Pakistan, 31 dead and 27 injured by a suicide bomber at a polling station. In Swede, Syria, 246 dead and 200 injured in a wave of Islamic State suicide attacks. And on Thursday, July 26th, there were 23 dead and 24 injured. And among these were, in Baghdad, Iraq, 2 men killed by terrorists and 2 persons injured. In Kabul, Afghanistan, 6 dead and 6 injured by a suicide bomber. In Jacana, Nigeria, 13 dead and 12 injured by a Boko Haram attack on their village. On Friday, July 27th, there were 24 dead and 6 injured. And these people were, in Bunari, Nigeria, 14 dead by a Boko Haram attack. In Aleppo, Syria, 1 civilian dead and 2 injured by a jihadist improvised explosive device. In Sarki, Afghanistan, 8 dead and 3 injured by an Islamic Emirate attack. In Rashidiyah, Iraq, 1 man shot to death at a mosque by militant fellow Muslims. 1 person was injured. On Saturday, July 28th, there were 33 dead and 7 injured. And these people were, in Jalalabad, Afghanistan, 3 dead and 7 injured when a school training midwife was targeted by a suicide bombing. In Hammam al-Alil, Iraq, 30 dead, found in a mass grave containing victims of Islamic State execution. And on Sunday, July 29th, there were 15 dead and 6 injured. And among these were, in Dangara, Tajikistan, 4 foreign cyclists were shot and stabbed to death by an Islamic State operative while touring. 3 persons were injured. In Nari, Afghanistan, 4 security personnel dead and 1 injured by an Islamic Emirate attack. In Naira, India, a reserve police officer shot to death by terrorists. So last week there were 433 dead and 385 injured. In June 2018 there were 1,177 dead and 879 injured. So far this year, 2018, there has been 7,222 dead and 7,662 injured. Last year, 2017, there were 16,367 dead and 14,360 injured. I would like to thank the religionofpeace.com website for compiling the data. So as we can say, there were 433 unnecessary deaths and 385 unnecessary injuries last week. The victims had different citizenships, personal interests, jobs, religions, including Islam. They were of different ages, ethnicities, skin colors, but they all had one thing in common. They all fell victims to Islam. Islam creates problems in the West. Islam creates problems in the East. Islam creates problems in the North, and Islam creates problems in the South. Islam creates problems in Islamic countries, for instance Somalia and Iraq, and Islam creates problems in non-Islamic countries, for instance India. Once the number of followers of Islam turns into more than a very insignificant amount in a society, all sorts of problems follow, from demands that the rest of society adjust to Islam, to deaths and injuries. So the conclusion has to be that Islam is the root cause, and that's what needs to be understood and addressed. And that's why I make these videos, and I will make a new episode of Last Week in Islamic Terror next week, since sadly there has already been some Islamic terror this week too. So if there ever comes a week during my lifetime with no Islamic terror, then I will make a video called Last Week in Islamic Peace. I hope that happens, really, but I seriously doubt it. And that's what I have to say about this right now. As I said, I'm very grateful to all my financial supporters. This is my day job, so thank you all very much. And if you like what I do, if you think what I do is important and that I should continue doing this, please consider sending me $1 or $2, or 10, or 100. That's always greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe, comment, like, and share my videos, and keep us at Swede Studio in your prayers, please. And remember to check out my live stream on Saturday at noon Honolulu time, 1 p.m. Anchorage time, 2 p.m. Portland time, 3 p.m. El Paso time, 4 p.m. Minneapolis time, 5 p.m. Toronto time, 10 p.m. Dublin time, 11 p.m. Warsaw time, midnight Athens time, and Sunday morning 1 a.m. St. Petersburg time. I hope to see you all there. Until next time, have a nice day, and God bless.